Hello everybody, it's May, and today joining me is my little sister,
Grace.
And this video I've been talking about making for a while, and I was gonna make it on our TikTok, and then I realized how long it's actually gonna be.
Oh, yeah, it's gonna take a while.
Yes, and this is over the hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos syndrome diagnostics checklist, like the criteria. She doesn't.
I
hEDS.
don't have any kind of chronic illness. That's what it's called, right?
Yes.
I don't have any chronic illness at all. So.
And I do. And disclaimer, we both have the same mom and the same dad.
Yeah.
So we both have pretty much the same genes.
Yeah.
Just somehow, somewhere, it got
the
passed
gene
along
pool.
to me. My
really said no
mom
about
does
that
have
one.
Ehlers-Danlos, so we all can tell I got it from my mom, and she got more genes from my dad. So I have it pulled up right here on my phone, and I'm going to demonstrate as much as I can. Last time I did one of them, I really hurt my knee, so...
Let's not do that again. I had to help you.
Yes. Okay, so of course there's 3 criterias, and you have to pass all of them in order to be diagnosed. Reminder that being diagnosed with hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos syndrome is so difficult because you can't get blood tested. So people just think you have hypermobility for months at a time until you finally speak up and go for what you know. Okay, so the first criteria is it's the Bateson scale. So this is going over your generalized joint hypermobility. Now remember, if you pass criteria 1 but not the other 2, that means you probably have hypermobile spectrum disorder or just plain old hypermobility.
Yeah, like me, I'm double jointed in most places, like, you know, that, and then I can bend my finger back a bit, but not like super far.
Yeah.
So I'm double jointed, but I'm definitely not hypermobile.
So for the sake of this video, we're gonna say we've both been through puberty, and we're gonna do the men and women under the age of 50. Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're under the age of 50.
So we have to pass 5 or more. So of course the Bateson score is 9 different types of hypermobility that we use to diagnose. So we're gonna start with this first one, and it's, can you bend your pinky back further than 90 degrees on both fingers? So,
Okay, so we're gonna start with our left or right?
We'll start with our left.
Okay.
Okay. So I clearly can.
Nah, I'm not gonna count that.
It's just double jointed up here on this knuckle.
Yeah.
And
so
then
it makes it look like it's going farther than it is.
I can do it on this one too.
Oh, definitely not this one. That's a no.
So I just got 2 points and she has 0. The next one is, can you touch your thumb to your wrist on both hands? We'll start with the left. She can do that.
Hey.
Let's check other hand.
Ooh, ow, no.
I got 4, she has 1. The next one is, do both of your arms hyperextend greater than 10 degrees? My arms aren't that hypermobile. I figured that out. It's more my shoulders. Her does.
Ooh. I actually never tested that before. Ooh.
Yeah, right there. And then the other one. Nope.
That one, yeah.
My arms, I feel like I get too scared to actually hyperextend them because
The last time you did that, you bruised a bundle of nerves in your elbow.
I was in a sling for a week.
So this one,
no, that one's not more than 10 degrees.
Yeah.
So you're at 2, and I'm still at 4. The next one is, I'm not standing up for this because it will hurt my knees. Can you hyperextend your knees greater than 10 degrees?
I don't know, honestly.
Just go backwards.
That's as far as I can go.
Oh my god! Look how straight it is. Mine literally go like that.
I was in choir and cheerleading. What do you expect?
I know I pass it. I did it just the other day. She knows because she had to pop them back into place.
We're not doing that.
So
again.
now I'm at 6 and she's at 3.
Oh.
The next one is, while your legs are completely straight, can you touch the floor with your hands flat?
I think that's a no
While
for me.
standing up. I know I can.
Okay.
So you can go about shoulder width apart with your feet
Okay.
and keep them straight and then put them flat down on the floor.
Oh, that's a no. That's a definite no.
So she's at 3 and I'm at 6, which means I pass it and she doesn't. But, of course, if sometimes your hypermobility is just too painful for you to do. So there is a way to get past this one. If Baton's score is 1 point below age and sex-specific cutoff, 2 or more of the following must also be selected to meet criterion. Can you now or could you ever place your hands flat on the floor without bending your legs?
I could whenever we were doing gymnastics and everything.
Yes,
and I was
but
super
that's
limber.
extenuating circumstances. That means it doesn't really count.
So that means no.
Can you now or could you ever bend your thumb to touch your forearm?
I did.
Yes. As a child, did you amuse your friends by contorting your body into strange shapes, or could you do the splits? Yes, I still can.
I can't do the splits, but I remember doing like the wave thing with my fingers, and people really freaking out about that.
As a child or teenager, did your shoulder or kneecap dislocate on more than one occasion?
Definitely not.
Fun fact, the first time I ever started like getting sick and we could notice something wrong is I did a front layout into a foam pit, and this knee dislocated. Into a foam pit. It was a foam.
So many people tried to like walk toward her and was
crying.
like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Please leave, please."
It was so bad.
I mean, I dislocated my hip one time, but that doesn't count.
Do you consider yourself double jointed?
I do.
Yes. Oh my god, my back hurts.
Stop slouching.
Okay, so clearly she doesn't pass criterion 1, but for the sake of the video, we're gonna keep going.
We're gonna pretend I did.
Criterion 2, 2 or more of the following features, A, B, or C, must be present. So you have to pass 2 of the features in order to move on to criterion 3. Criterion A, unusually soft or velvety skin, right here on my arm, on the inside of my thigh, and on my stomach.
No. I don't think, I really don't know how skin is supposed to feel.
On your wrist. Yeah, on your wrist, but nowhere else. Everywhere else.
Oh, yeah, actually, I can feel the difference. That's weird. Okay.
Mild skin hyperextendability, as we all know, my neck and my face. Ooh, ow, okay. My body does it easily, in my hands and also under my arms.
Yeah, I got none of that.
Unexplained striature or disarray or reverberate at the back, groins, thighs, breast, and or abdominal in adolescence men or prepubertal women without a history of significant weight gain or loss.
In English, please.
Basically stretch marks, unexplained stretch marks.
Oh yeah, I have quite a few.
I have on my back, even though I've lost weight due to my stomach condition.
Yeah, I have some on my waist, right here, you know.
Yes, but also you gained weight during puberty.
Ah.
Biolatic pyogenic palpus of the heel, which basically is balls of fat when you stand up. I know I have them, which is a common thing in connective tissue disorders. No, she doesn't have them.
I've never thought about
Oh, by the way, with feature A, you must pass 5 of these things. Sorry, there was just a weird cut. We had to go do something. Okay. Next. So, okay. Reoccurrent or multiple abdominal hernias.
Which is basically pain in the stomach for no reason?
No, Mom had hernias.
Oh, then no, definitely no.
No. You would have to have surgery to remove it.
Yeah, definitely no.
I haven't had any, thank God. I knew they're painful. So I just had to run up the stairs. My heart rate's really high.
Nobody else after doing any amount of physical exertion. Wow, I'm winded.
Atrophic scarring involving at least 2 sites and without the formation of truly papyrus or hemosideric scars as seen in classical hEDS. So basically it kind of they're little indents in your skin. I've seen one, but I don't know where it went.
Yeah, that would be a definite no for me. I've never gotten anything like that.
Oh, we should be keeping track.
Oh yeah,
1,
we probably should be.
2, 3, 4. I have 4.
And I have 1?
You have... Yeah.
I have 1.
Pelvic floor, rectal, and or uterine prolapse in children, men, or newly porous women without a history of morbid obesity or other known predisposing medical condition. Basically, if your hips dislocated.
Oh, definitely no. Well,
or moved.
Okay, that happened once, but it was because I turned really weirdly during church.
Mine, I can do it, like, literally by walking. So, 5.
Still one.
Dental crowding or a high or narrow palate. I did have that. I had a retainer, like an expander when I was a kid, and it pushed my, like, it used to be really high up, and it made it wider and, like, down further.
I can't remember why I had a retainer. I think it was just because of, like, an under-overbite.
Yeah, you didn't have too high of a palate. I had too high of a palate.
Yeah.
So that's 6 for me.
I do have a relatively big, like,
Arachnodactyly is defined in one or more of the following. The positive wrist sign, which means you take your ring finger and can you overlap it up to that first knuckle?
Oh, ring finger, sorry.
Yeah. So,
I just took that as me being skinny.
the walker sign on both sides, which is doing this. Can your thumb go past your hand?
Oh yeah, I trip people out with that quite a bit, where they're like, why do you do, how?
And that's it. Those are the 2 things.
The
Walker sign was this, and then this was the Steinberg sign. Yes. So I passed that, so I'm at 7, she's at 2. Arm to span height ratio of greater than or equal to 1.05. That is me. So basically my arms are longer than how tall I am.
We can't measure that with me, so I don't know.
I think they're pretty even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess so. I've never tried out that trick of, like, how... Actually, I think we did at one point.
Yes. Mitral valve prolapse, mild or greater, based on strict endocardiographic criteria. I had never had an MVP. You haven't either. It's a hard thing.
Yeah.
Aortic root dilation with a Z-score of greater than or equal to -2. No.
I'm assuming no.
No. You would have... No, a long time ago. So I have, I think, 8 or 9, and she had 2. So
I had 2.
Okay, feature B. A positive family history, one or more of first-degree relatives independently meeting the current criteria for hEDS. I have 2. It was my Mimi. She's dead now, sadly.
Yeah.
And my mom.
And we have the same parents, so I guess Mimi and Mom, too.
So we do test positive for that. Feature C, we must have 1. Muscular skeletal pain in 2 or more limbs, recurring daily for at least 3 months. My
Definitely
shoulder and my hips, they're always in pain. Chronic widespread pain for greater than or equal to 3 months. Yes.
Also no.
Wow. You don't live in pain.
I do, just mental.
Recurrent joint dislocations or frank joint instability in absence of a trauma. We all know that.
Yeah, still no.
So as you can see, she clearly does not have
clearly
hEDS.
do not have that.
But we do have to go through criterion 3. All of the following prerequisites must be met. Clearly she would have never gotten this far, but I did.
I would have gone to the first tester. They would be like, why do you want to get tested?
Absence of unusual skin fragility, which should be prompted consideration of other types of EDS. I've been tested for classical and classical likes. Just my skin, is unstable. It's really easily cut. I literally have a scar there from a safety pin just barely grazing me the other day.
I don't have any scars or anything, but I do, like, bruise relatively easily.
Yeah, then probably that.
Yeah.
But
that might just be, like, me having...
It's already been. We've already done the blood work for that, and it's not there. Exclusion of other heritable and or acquired connective tissue disorders, including autoimmune rheumatologic conditions.
I don't have any physical illnesses, so I guess no.
No, but it's the absence of the heretics. So my mom also has fibromyalgia and rheumatoid arthritis. So there was a possibility for that, but with her being diagnosed with that as well.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Maddie here has hypermobility and juvenile arthritis. Shout out to Maddie. But
I don't know you, but shout out.
But yeah, everything's been worked through and we didn't notice it at all. Exclusion of alternative diagnosis that may also include joint hypermobility by means of hypotonia and or connective tissue laxity. Alternate diagnosis and diagnostic categories include, but are not limited to, neuromuscular disorders like Bethlem myopathy, or other hereditary disorders of connective tissue, other types of EDS, Loeys-Dietz syndrome, Marfan syndrome, and skeletal dysplasias like osteogenesis imperfecta. Exclusion of these considerations may be based upon history, physical exam, and/or molecular genetic testing as indicated.
Half of that just went in one ear and out the other, so no, I've had no other physical illnesses.
Nobody else in our family, there's been no other types of EDS known in our family, such as classical, vascular, the 13 types. Nobody in our family has Marfan syndrome. So, I just...
we don't know how to continue off of that.
Yeah, it's just a no. And if you pass all of that, then you most likely have hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. Fun fact, the way that I figured it out is I was watching a video by the wonderful Izzy Kornblau. She's a chronic illness YouTuber, kind of like Life with Stripes, aka Mickey, and chronically Jackie, may she rest in peace. But Izzy, she posted a video about the 2017 diagnostic criteria, and I remember going through it at like 2 a.m. in the morning, and I went, oh my god.
And then the next day...
everything just started clicking.
The next day I had one of my friends over, and she just ran into my room and was like, hey, do you guys want to take a test? And then I'm like, sure.
I was trying to figure it out because the genetics just wasn't linking up in my head. And reminder that we couldn't figure this out because we didn't know my Mimi had it until way later when we got her medical records back.
Yeah.
And we didn't figure out my mom had it until very, very recently, so it's kind of all clicking.
I honestly didn't, know, period, that Mimi had it until you, started talking about it right now, and then I'm like, excuse me, she had EDS?
Well, what's also very, very creepy is, I look exactly like my Mimi, my grandma on my dad's side did as a child. We are twins. It's terrifying. So all of her medical conditions somehow jumped a generation over to me. Well, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome is a recessive trait. I remember doing a research project for that. Yeah. That's what I figured out. Sorry about all the jokes. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I've been wanting to make it for a while. This is Mae.
A comedy to cope, man.
This is Mae signing off, sending spoons. Hope you have a good health day. Bye!